A Star is Born stars Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. This is also directed by Bradley Cooper, and this is the fourth time that this movie has been made. And this is about seasoned musician Jackson Maine, played by Bradley Cooper, who after one show stops by at a local drag bar to get a drink. He hears Lady Gaga, Allie, play a song, and he is smitten by her voice. And he asks her out on a date that night, and they have a drink together, and he learns about her life, that she is a musician as well. She loves to write songs, but she's afraid to sing those to people because of what they may think of her. And he hears one of the songs that she has written, and the following day he has a show that he's going to play, and he invites her on stage to sing that song, and she goes on stage, she sings the song, she loves doing it. And she eventually gets noticed by some big shots, and her career takes off. While her career is taking off, Jackson Maine's life is kind of falling apart because he is dealing with demons of his own, and he has to balance that alongside Allie's new career. I was really looking forward to this movie. I got to see it on my birthday. It was a great birthday treat. I love music and I love musical dramas, musicals in general. I was all on board with this movie, and I was not ready for how this movie affected me, how this movie truly moved me. Now, this movie does have some issues. We're going to talk about that in this review, but the first 40 minutes of this movie are some of the most beautiful things I have ever seen on screen. It's the type of movie that really just affected me, just really moved me. It's the type of movie that I'm in the movie theater and I block everything out. I block the people out. I block, everybody walking around, the popcorn, the soda. I block everything out and I am focused on this movie. I almost forgot I was in a packed theater with people watching this movie. I was so enthralled by what I was watching. The pacing for the first 50 minutes of this movie is truly outstanding. We really get to know the relationship between Jackson and Allie. He stops by a bar and he has a drink, and they take these long shots, and it's not afraid to slow things down and really invest their time into this relationship, because how he talks to Allie and how he presents himself, it's truly beautiful. You can tell that Jackson really is like falling for this girl on the first night. How he talks about her nose and her face and her voice and just random things. You can truly tell that he's smitten by her, and it's adorable. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. It reminded me much of the Before trilogy and how beautiful that film is. It reminded me much of that, and I thought that the first 50 minutes of this movie were truly outstanding. It was beautiful. They crafted the opening sequences so well, and then they got her on stage to sing the Shallow song, which is becoming a very popular song on YouTube, and I haven't listened to it yet on YouTube and watched the music video, but here on the movie, it's beautiful. It's a great song sung by both Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, and the way that they crafted that scene with that song, it just knocked it out of the park. So the pacing for the first 50 minutes, I guess maybe the first half of the movie, is slow. It's really slowed down, and I love that because it allowed you to understand the characters and Bradley Cooper's demons, and he's an alcoholic, and Allie is afraid to speak her own voice, and it just, the actors, Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, were just opening themselves up. They were vulnerable. They had shown real raw emotions. It just felt really authentic. And the second half of the movie, the pacing really changed. And not saying that the rest of the movie was bad per se, it felt much quicker, and a lot of things were happening for Allie's life. She got on SNL, she was nominated for Grammys, she changed her hair, she started to dance. A lot of things happened while she was going up in stardom. Jackson was his career was dying, and I loved watching, the different sides of the relationship, but it felt like a lot of things just happened really quick, and the pacing just happened so fast. And that was a big issue for me because I really loved the first half of this movie where it was just slowed down. They spent a lot of time at the bar, and then they sung together on stage, and then a lot of things happened all at once towards the second half of the movie. And I still really love it. The music, the acting, the dramatic moments, the raw emotions, everything towards the second half of the movie still really shocked me. But that pacing is where I think affected me from saying this is an A+. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen. If they would have kept that same pace that they had for the first half of the movie, I could full-heartedly sit here and tell you that this would probably be one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. Because the first half of the movie is probably some of the best scenes I have ever seen. I was getting real emotional. I was like getting teary-eyed after them singing, and it was so beautiful and heartwarming. And the second half just really changed its tune, and even though I still really love it, it prevents me from saying this is an A+, top 10 best movie of all time. I wish I could sit here and tell you that this movie was absolutely perfect and outstanding and one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. It is really great, but it does have an issue towards the second half of the movie. Now, Bradley Cooper is probably the best I've ever seen him in this movie. Great directorial debut, and Lady Gaga, great actress. She's been in a few things before, like Machete and American Horror Story, but here she has a chance to truly shine, and she is beautiful, and she has a great acting career ahead of her if she continues. I know she sings, but I would love to see her do some more acting because she is perfect. A Star is Born is a beautiful movie, has some really great songs in here. I loved listening to them. The acting's great, the directing's good. Pacing issue towards the second half is where it prevents me from saying it's an A+. So I'm going to go ahead and give A Star is Born an A. I loved watching this movie. I loved celebrating my birthday and sitting at AMC theaters and watching this movie because I got to experience it all in the big screen, and it's a beautiful film. I do highly recommend checking this movie out. The second half is just it's faster, and I love that slower pace for this movie. It really worked for that beginning. That slow pace worked for this film, and then it just kind of picked up a little, and all things happened at once, and I felt sad because I wanted to see more of that style from the first half. But otherwise, this is a beautiful film. Definitely check it out. It deserves its recognition, and I do think that it will have a lot of awards at the end of the year. Thank you guys for checking my review for A Star is Born. Make sure to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Got all my 13 days of Halloween videos coming your way. So far, I've reviewed Killer Clowns from Outer Space with Austin Burke, and I ranked all 4 Scream movies as well. I got some more videos coming your way, so make sure to hit that bell notification so you don't miss anything. You guys are the best as always. This is Just Watch Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.